we are all looking to graduate soon. So since we're all change experts and we have been doing this course for an entire semester so far, I want us to talk about the changes COVID will foster, but more specifically the changes in the job marketplace, especially, as I said, since we will be graduating soon. So the question then is, what will we do after graduation? Anyone care to answer? There is no wrong or right answer. I just want this to be an interactive session and it's free for everyone.
That's a very interesting thought, Renisha. Thanks for that. So, what do you guys think? Renisha is posing a very relevant and interesting question for all of us to have a little conversation on. She's telling us something which happened uh, at her home last night. She's saying she was talking with her sister. They will be graduating soon, just like many of you guys. You would be graduating also. And COVID-19 has definitely changed the dynamics of the job market. So in that context, she's asking us to maybe reflect on this idea. But it is you have to think about it because you would have to be going in the job market very soon. So what are your thoughts on this? Renisha, what was your question? What is your fundamental question? If you can repeat it again and people can, hear it, and maybe you can help them by giving some examples to start the discussion. Give some examples. What are some of the ideas you and your sister came up with? Your sister is here, she can also speak. That is fine. So tell us what was the reasoning, what were some of the ideas you guys got, and then maybe we can build that. Yes, Renisha, please.
Okay, so before we answer the question, I just ask what will we do after graduation since the COVID pandemic has changed so much. But before we answer that question, I would want us to discuss how COVID could affect or how has it affected the job market so far. So before we start, we should know that the COVID virus pandemic is not just a medical crisis, but it's also a social and economic one. So COVID-19 is a very serious health crisis the world has experienced in centuries, and it could be one of the biggest destroyers of jobs in the human history. So COVID-19 could cause unemployment. And we all know that unemployment is in efforts to contain the spread of the virus. Most persons are laid off because they are seen as non-essential workers, and because of social distancing requirements, companies tend to lay off employees or just terminate them. So question, what other ways do you think COVID-19 could affect the job market in your own opinion? No wrong or right answer, just please participate. If you don't want to speak, you could type in the chat. But I think technological crisis is also an impact because as a result, COVID-19 pandemic, employment opportunities might be only available for computer literate and IT experts. So what else do you think? How else do you think COVID can affect the job market?
Yes, very good, Renisha. So Michaela is typing couple of things. For example, if you look in the chat, Michaela is saying that organizations are not employing at the moment, and that is an interesting point to think about, because many of the organizations have switched already to work from home and working from online and so on. So we don't really know right now how it work out. But let's say that organizations are able to decrease their costs by doing this. Of course, they will be able. Some of them will be able to do that. So if that happens for the organizations where they were able to decrease the cost, they might want to continue online. They might want to. So if that happens, they might want to pay the current employees a little less. I'm just speaking my mind out. We were not prepared to really talk on this. We are just using our previous experience to understand the dynamics of the job market. So if that happens, then, and with that, Kayla is saying that organizations are not employing at the moment. So what is your plan? Yes, you are thinking about final exams. You are thinking about, oh, what will be coming in the exam and so on. But think about it. It doesn't really matter in this current dynamics. You really have to think, sit down and think that what are the skills you have acquired over a period of time. What are some of the skills you have acquired? And if you think about it, Renisha right now is acquiring this skill to manage some type of discussion. It might seem very easy that, okay, we are going to ask question and people are just going to come up with all the ideas and tell us whatever is there in their mind. But as you have seen so far, she's trying, but not many people are participating. Although this is a question which is relevant to all of us, including myself, all of us, because all jobs are changing, have changed or will change. Something is going to happen. So even when all stakeholders, the discussion or whatever the objective is in their benefit, there is resistance. So she's trying to learn that skill, that how to make people say something. This is a skill. This is a skill. So, but anyways, think about it. What skills you have acquired in your 2 year, 2.5 year on the campus, and how those skills would be useful in the in the in the job market. But as I don't want to take the floor, it is Renisha's floor, so she needs to manage her discussion. But I'm really requesting that, just like you have always supported me in running my discussion, for which I'm very thankful, please support Renisha. Let's do some brainstorming. What are your ideas? What are the skills we have learned? Or what are some of the skills we can learn, right? Or going forward. So we can find some type of, employment, any type of, maybe entrepreneurship. For example, Brandon was saying that he's interested in entrepreneurship. We had a little discussion about that in our face-to-face discussion. But please go ahead. Yes, yes, Renisha, floor is yours again, or anyone who else, wants to say something.
Yes, as Michaela said, companies are not really employing at the moment. So I have another question to pose. Since companies are not employing, how can we create employment opportunities for ourselves? Anyone?
Great question again. So if companies are not employing, wow, how to create opportunities? Because if what is the purpose of education, what is the purpose of university and all those things? It is not that you just cram the whatever you have to cram and just put it on the slide. When you will be working, you will be given some problems. Every day there are problems, and you have to solve those problems. So this is a problem, this is your opportunity, this is like a case study, a real case study. So please assist all of us. Uh, yes, yes, go ahead, please.
Brandon, you can speak.
Yes, good morning. I think one idea I think that would be good now, especially in this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, instead of maybe persons trying to seek a job, this is a booming opportunity for, entrepreneurs to rise up and basically start businesses. However, like one thing that I think people could be doing using this time, since, not many people would be really on the road, or, they wouldn't really be going to much places as they would before. What one idea I think people could do is like they could literally, use their laptops or computers and create business plans. And through these business plans, considering after the fact, that when, looking ahead, that when COVID-19 would basically not go away because it's going to be here for a while, but when it simmers down and it's not as brutal as it is now, using the fact that, entrepreneurs would have used this time to create business plans to, develop their businesses after the COVID-19 pandemic. I think that would be like a plus for those entrepreneurs, because maybe after the COVID-19 would have dwindled down, it would be time to actually start their businesses. So I think that's one thing, people can take into consideration. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. Since we are at home, not really doing anything, college students, we have exams to worry about, but we still have to pay attention to the future after graduation and employment and the entrepreneurial venture is a very good one to look into, especially in times like these. Anyone else would like to say something?
As you guys are thinking what you are going to say next, let's talk briefly about the idea Brandon has posed. That is a very exciting idea. He's talking about business plans, documentation, SOPs, those type of things. And you can also maybe I'm just talking loud. I'm not just talking loud. We are just brainstorming. So my idea can be as good and as bad. I don't know, it is up to you to think about what you would want to do with that. So maybe creating some type of websites. It is very easy to create websites nowadays, free of cost. Social media, using Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, to just launch yourself, that okay, you make business plans, and whatever. Just business plan is just one of the things. There are so many other things which you can do for other businesses. Many businesses, when they are busy, because they are busy, they don't do many type of documentation. They don't get the time because day-to-day activity is just so hectic that they have not done their big documentations and stuff like that. You can offer those type of things. But let me tell you that it is not that you are going to create a website and the world is going to come at your door, and this is going to happen just like that. No, it does not happen like that. uh, it takes a lot of rejection. After a lot of rejections, you maybe get 100 rejections and maybe 5 6 yes. That is the that is the you know that is that is normal, nothing to really worry about it. So you might start and it might not work out. So no problem, you start something else. But before you start something else, you have to give considerable amount of whatever you decide. For example, Brandon is talking about business plan, so you would have to decide how much time, how much effort, how much energy you would want to give to whatever you want to start. It doesn't matter how small it is. It can be anything, any projects. You whatever skills you learn in doing different type of projects, you can think about that. um, yes, I think Michaela was saying something, so I came in. Yes, Michaela, please go ahead. Or anyone else. Yeah.
I sent the message in the chat. Maybe you should look in the chat as well to see the responses. But I was saying that certain companies give other persons the opportunity to create or design shirts for themselves, create shirts for them. So when they create the shirts for them and the company advertises the shirt, whatever profits they make from that shirt, part of the profit goes back to the person who designed and the shirts for them. So that is another stream by which persons can make money.
Okay, thank you for that. That is a very interesting point. Okay, so what we can also do, we need to be very innovative in times like these, and we can do short courses in areas that you are interested in. And this will help to boost your entrepreneurial venture, anyone you are interested in. Social media marketing is also important, and YouTube really helps. Networking is also very important, because with networking in times like these, well, in Jamaica, people always say links takes you far away. It is true. So networking can really help, especially because of Corona.
And in a time like now, since you're doing innovative entrepreneurial things, what is the name of the course?
Change.
Change management. I think, hi guys, I'm her sister. I think that you guys have an advantage because when studying change management, what's explaining to me is that you basically study different behavior and see how best you can tackle a certain issue or situation with change. And so I believe that in studying change management, you guys actually have an advantage, even if it is that you're not employed at the moment. She has been telling me certain things that you can use to create a new website or to just venture off on your own. Because if you know that, hey, people are more drawn to this type of persuasive reasoning or whatever, she was explaining to me that if I'm not a friend of Mr. Tashfin then, and she's a friend of Mr. Tashfin, I could speak to her and she could speak to him to actually gain him as a customer for my service or whatever that I'm offering. And so I feel as if you guys have whatever skills, etiquette, and whatever it is necessary to actually venture off on your own. So I'm just saying that you guys actually have an advantage right now in this COVID-19 pandemic.
That was my sister, guys. And those are very good points. Anybody else have anything to contribute?
It would be nice if your sister can introduce herself, like anything about herself, like introduction. We would like that, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ranesha Edwards. I am her twin sister, and I'm a psychology major. And I do attend the University of the West Indies.
Welcome to the session, twin. Appreciate your comments.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, so I have another question to pose. Since we're all change experts, how can we advise others to manage the change after COVID? We have spoken about entrepreneurial ventures. We have spoken about um, doing short courses in areas that we're interested in, social media marketing, and all of that. But I would like to know how you think we could best advise others to manage change amid the COVID.
This is an excellent question, and thanks very much for that. So, because we did a course together, management of change, we spent all the more than 13 weeks, and many of you are so eager to end the semester. I understand that also. So we spent so much time on this change management, and the world is going through change now. So your market in this sense is global market. Forget about just Jamaica. You can reach out to the world. You know things about uh, change management. You have looked at complete book. You have done discussion on each topics. You have looked at whatever has been posted by the other stream in terms of PowerPoints and stuff like that. So with all that knowledge and your own understanding, your own life experiences, you definitely are someone with a decent knowledge of change management. So uh, you can, this is a great opportunity for you to help other people, globally speaking, to manage change. So different things are, people are going through different different issues, different problems. And Renisha's twin is, I think she said that her major is psychology or something. So think about this: the combination of one person who has done something on change management, and uh, let me tell you with all honesty that you have not, if you have been participating in this course, you have not just done a course. I don't think this is, you can just say that it was just a course. If you really participated in it, you could have learned many skills, which will help you to, help other people to manage change. So think about it, these twin sisters, one with some good knowledge of change management, other one's major is psychology or something like that, and then understanding human psychology and how to, reach out to them in terms of managing their change. That can be very exciting. So please give us some ideas, based on the question Renisha is asking, that what can we do, how can we guide other people, so again, maybe you can create some website. Maybe you can say that, okay, all right, hello world, this is a website, these are the people who are on this side of the world. You are going through any type of issues with change, we can help you understand. You can tell them about, resistance, that, resistance comes, that so many things, all the things which we have been talking about. I don't want to repeat them unnecessarily. You know what we have done, what we have covered. So all those things you can pitch them. And I would want to link it with the other point, twin made, that, networking, that is a great point. Networking, great point, I love that. So think about this, all of these, don't, we have 15 people right now in this room, 15, 1 5. Don't look that, there are 80 people registered and 65 did not come. No, that is not the point. It takes one person to, make change can start with one person. Although it takes so many people to, do whatever, change can start with one person easily. uh, so you guys can network with each other. Imagine that you 15 people, all of you come together, all of you have some skills. Someone is coming from chemistry background, someone is coming from banking background, someone is coming from psychology background, and you don't have to do something with change management. That was just one idea. You can do anything, like Brandon mentioned, business plan. So you have a website that you create business plan for the future, not for the past. You can pitch that business is going to change in the future. How should you make business plans after COVID-19, post COVID-19? And world is preparing to run businesses, to run their, life after COVID. It is going to end. It is not here to stay for rest of our life. We might think that we are free now and whatever, we are wasting our time just watching Netflix or whatever we want to do. But this is the time to prepare. So once we are post COVID, we can say that, okay, all right, we can help you like this. So what I was trying to say, pick up this networking point which our friend made, that you guys come together, and on the website, imagine these 15 people or 10 people or even 5 people, that we have these skills and this is how we can help you. But again, I want to remind you that as you will start, it will not that the world is going to embrace you with 2 hands and say, yes, come on, we have business for you. That it might happen, but don't go with that expectation. uh, don't go with that expectation. You are doing it because you want to do it, not for, not for if you will be successful or not. Success is not in your hands. Please understand that success is not in your hands. What is in your hand is effort. What is in your hand is hard work, dedication, commitment. That is it. That is in your hand to some extent, because you can get sick also. I can get sick also, and then plans would change. But to some extent, we have, like, whatever I have been doing in the semester. Everyone is not going to like that, of course, and that is not the goal. I need to do what I want to do, what I am passionate about, and then I will find my own, circle of people who would like or appreciate whatever I'm doing, and then the things would move. Same way, you need to find some business ideas, which Renisha is posing questions for us to answer, and then maybe network. Use some type of network, as our friend mentioned. And other point with Renisha mentioned was short courses. So that is interesting idea, but be mindful that whatever short course you do, it should be teaching you some type of skill, because the future of job market is about skills. What skills you have, particular skills. So you need to be mindful of that. YouTube channel. Imagine that all of you come together and create one YouTube channel. Imagine that you come together and create one YouTube channel, all of you. It would be less work for all of you, and together you can accomplish more with that. Yeah, I have recently created a YouTube channel. All the things which I do in class, I post it on that. You guys can join me also in that. Nothing is wrong in that. And we don't know how it will work out. Maybe we will stop once the face-to-face interaction starts. Maybe no one is going to watch us. No problem. No problem. We are, our thing is to try. Yeah, so think about these things. Yes, Ranisha, it's your floor. Sorry for taking so much time.
Sorry, my sister wants to leave, but she just has something to say to the class before she goes.
Also, it's nothing big. I'm just saying that we learn how to adapt to situations. And I think there's a theory in psychology that states that if there's a disruption in behavior, if there's a disruption in normal day-to-day activity, then people learn how to adapt. And I'm just saying that there are a lot of persons right now who are unemployed. They have persons who are not considered, what do you call it? Essential workers. So those persons, the best advice I can give is to just be open-minded, and those persons who are not considered essential workers, who are out of a job right now, who don't even know if they're going to be able to be reinstated in their job, they can actually come together, pool resources, and I think they can somewhat open up something like, if you are a construction worker then and you're out of a job. I'm not too familiar with all of the non-essential jobs, but just saying, for example, and you're out of a job and you know others who are out of a job, you can start like a small firm or a small business that you can say use word of mouth or other different means of advertising then, and say, hey, we have a new job here or a new service offering, or we've created a small company or a small business because of COVID-19. So instead of waiting for persons to employ you, if you are unemployed after COVID-19, just come together with persons of the same trade or whatever, and say, hey, let us do something. Let us make the initiative. I think that's one of the best ways to move forward after COVID-19, because there's going to be a lot of persons unemployed after COVID-19, and even now there are unemployed persons. So that's a good way to just get yourself occupied and move forward after COVID-19. Just come together, pool resources, and start something new. I have to go.
Fine. Okay, guys, so what do you think about that idea? I think it's great. And also, when we did the satires model, it spoke about a foreign element entering the old status quo. And as it is right now, COVID-19 is the foreign element, and it is causing chaos. So we need to we need to start developing transforming ideas in order to move towards a new status quo. Everything that we did in change management class can be useful in a time like this, and it is useful. So we just need to know how to apply because application is very important. Learning is not just the acquisition, but it's also the application, as we learned in class. So anybody else have anything to say? The floor is open.
Yes, Sandhya, please go ahead if you. Oh, something happened. I think she had to. But there are many smart people, sitting in our session right now. It is not the quantity of the people. It is the quality of the people. So people who are interested in change management, of course, they are the ones who really took out time and came to the session today. So yes, Sandhya, I think you are back. So if you want to say something, please go ahead. But other people, I would request that try to tell us, what are your ideas? How you plan to find some type of employment after whatever. Yes, Sandhya, please go ahead.
Yes, good day. I was in Breeze. Yes, I was as I was saying. Well, with Ranisha, the twin, I like her point because like people have out of jobs and everything. So I live on a farm. So my family and I are kind of starting up the farm with ground provisions. So we're trying to prepare the land right now, so we can actually plant and can supply locally the market because everything will be scarce soon because of the whole COVID-19. So yes, 1 minute.
What is the business? What is the business, Sandhya? I did not get what is the business you guys are in. If you could explain us what is the business like. But yes, Brandon, I think you wanted to say something, so please go ahead. We'll learn something.
Yes, I think now is the perfect time that individuals can use to basically use their links or use people who work in organizations to where they have connections or to get them into the organizations. Now ultimately now would be the perfect time to basically harness your good interpersonal communication skills to kind of get closer with these people through either WhatsApp messages, Zoom calls, or so on. So now is the time to basically use those links to your advantage. I mean, the truth is, it's easier said than done because many of these individuals would be in organizations, and they may be only a position that they can only do so much. But seeing as though that most of these companies, picking up on the point that I think Michaela had mentioned that organizations are not really employing at the moment. Even considering that, I think the best option at hand is basically using the people that we know in these organizations to basically give us that opportunity. You know, even in what we learned in management of change, we learned that there are different things when you want to initiate change. And we learned many things like communication and so on. So yeah, that would also be a good thing to use as well. The different things that we learned in this course could also help in that respect. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your input. And what was her name? What Sandhya was saying is that her family is venturing off in farming, which a very good is a very good thing to do right now. As I stated earlier, most persons are unemployed because their jobs are seen as unessential. And farming is one of the most important jobs right now as it is. Most persons resources are getting scarce, and if you can plant bananas, if you can plant yams to 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 to, to support other peoples in your local community, it would be great. Not everyone can afford to buy imported goods, and imported goods maybe may not be coming into the country as it is right now because of COVID. So farming is a good venture. Not only farming, but the rearing of animals, rearing of cattle, livestock, cows, pigs, anything that is that it can rear. Okay, so anybody else have anything to say?
As you guys are thinking what you are going to say to the question posed by Renisha, a couple of things are coming to my mind. But remember that you guys need to come up with some suggestions about opportunities and stuff like that. So I'm just filling in for the time as you are thinking. So Sandhya gave this idea of farming. That is very interesting idea, but again, this is it is a difficult. It is farming is not easy. It is difficult, and her family is already in that business. So someone who does not have any experience in farming, for them it would be maybe start to uh, build something from scratch. But I would like to link it with the idea, great idea, phenomenal idea. Uh, Simple, we all know this, but not many of us do this. What Brandon mentioned, that is networking. Yeah. So Sandhya is here. She told us that she's in farming. She told the plans of family. We know Sandhya. She's our colleague. We can reach out to her. The chat feature is right there. Just chat with Sandhya. Tell her that you are interested in visiting her farm. Visit the farm. Offer your services. Don't charge anything. Offer your services. Help out on them. See what those people are doing and just work. Don't think that you are not being paid in the sense of money, because money will come. First, you need to acquire some skills. So for skills, you need experience. So you can treat that as an internship at the farms of Sandhya. That is your internship. So you work there for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever. You would have definitely developed some skills. Definitely, without a doubt. Then you can pose yourself in the market that you have these skills and you start slowly. But again, this is not for everyone. Some people might think, oh, why should I, farm and stuff like that? I need a corporate job and stuff like that. I've done my bachelor's and I want to do masters and stuff like that. But just a thought, that entrepreneurship, like farming, falls under entrepreneurship. That is the way to go. In corporate, you can, no matter how high you reach, there is a limit to what you are going to earn. In entrepreneurship, there is no limit, provided you are successful. So if you can take the risk, if you are successful over a period of course, nothing is going to happen just like overnight. Things take time. So this is a great opportunity. See, networking. So all we need is maybe reach out to Sandhya, and I would definitely right now I will take this opportunity uh, to reach out to Sandhya and say, all right, Sandhya, I would want to, maybe collectively we guys can go to the farm, see what is happening, just even if we don't work, it is exposure. It is some knowledge. We will learn something, even if we go for one day. Yeah. So maybe that thing. And plus what Brandon said, I want to go back to that networking. Now let me tell you something about Brandon, which I realized pretty early in the semester. He is exceptionally good in networking, and genuinely he likes to talk with people and say what is happening. Because I remember it was just the first meeting, and after the session, he reached out. He introduced himself outside the room where I was, our session room. Where we were standing outside. I remember very clearly he reached out to me. He said, okay, my name is Brandon, and we shook hands and he introduced himself and stuff like that. Now, I don't remember meeting in that way with anyone of there are 80 participants, 88 to be precise. So I'm not trying to say that you guys are not, in networking, but I'm just trying to say that where he's coming from. He's into this thing. Genuinely, it comes. But even if, and let me be honest, it does not come naturally to me. So I would not reach out the way Brandon reached out. But I do see that that is the right way. I did extremely good in reaching out and networking and whatever he has been doing throughout the semester. So great appreciations for that. Even I don't have some of the qualities which definitely he has, and many of you have great qualities also, which I have observed. So networking comes naturally to him. So for rest of us, including myself, where we are not as much of a great networker as Brandon is maybe. So, and he mentioned that right now is a time to reach out to the connections and everything. But if you have not been networking before, you won't be able to reach out. But nothing to really worry about. After COVID-19 is over, what we can do is we can adopt this best practice. After COVID-19, we can say that, all right, we are going to start networking, because that can really make difference. But anyways, Ranisha, floor is yours, or anyone else who wants to say something on this. Please go ahead.
Okay, so as the government said, the companies, the country, sorry, is expected to open up back by June 1st. So I just want us to think about what are we going to do after graduation? How we're going to create employment opportunities for ourselves, and how we advise others to manage change amid all of this. How can we advise our families or friends? How can we advise ourselves to manage this change? I just want us to think about these 3 points. I am not a long presenter. This is my first time. So I hope you all learned something. And I just want us to continue thinking about these because they are very relevant as it is right now. Thank you.
Great points, Renisha. You have done exceptional job. Definitely far better than I did when I did it for the first time. So, and I don't have much experience, 3-4 years of experience. So if you continue doing this type of activity in next 3-4 years, you are definitely going to surpass me. So, and I would be very happy about that. You already did a fantastic job, and our colleagues are seconding me on this. Philip, our friend who sits in the back, he's saying great job. Brittany is giving a clap to you. So, and this is not just for 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 Ranisha, it is for all of you in all capacities, not just the friends who were speaking, although the friends who did not anything maybe. Because I'm sure that all friends who did not see anything, they took a time to think about it. They reflected, which is even more important than talking is important, but reflection is even more important. So I'm very hopeful that this little session which we had is definitely going to help you in thinking about how you are going to go forward. I would really encourage you to join hands with each other, because if one person is working on some idea, it is definitely better. More heads are definitely better. There is a saying or something like that. Correct me if I say it in a wrong way. It says that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with a lot of people. And you have seen it in your coursework. When you have individual work, you can go fast, you can do whatever you want to do. But if there is team, there are different dynamics for that, and so on. But if you get a good team, uh, then of course you can go very far. So you have these, and you have all UV, the friends you have been making throughout your time, people who know you. Collaborate with each other, brainstorm. Don't wait for other people to give you a job. Please don't wait. uh, Try things out. No problem if you fail, because there is no failure. What is failure? There is no failure. You just learn. If it works, it works. If it does not work, no problem. no problem. Yeah, so just experiment. So keep yourself open, innovation, new ideas, creativity. But most importantly, whatever we did in this session, start something. Start, just start. There is a power in starting something. You just start and things just happen. Or don't go for, oh, I need to first do this and this and this and this, then I will start this. It is just like, once I have this and this and this and this, then I will be happy. You will never be happy. Because no one is going to have everything. We know that from our experience. So we just need to be happy in this moment. So right now, you just need to sit down, think about what you can start. Just start, work hard on it as much as possible, give your 100%, and don't worry about the result. If it happens, it happens. If it does not happen, no problem. You learn something, and from that learning you start something new. And from that, and the idea of being successful, I think, if you ask me, it is you start, and you start early. So at a good age group, like 20, 22, 23, 25, that type of bracket is fine. You just start whatever you want to start, and see, learn from this, and so on. So thank you very much, Ranisha. If anyone else wants to make some concluding remarks on this one, I would really appreciate. I think Carissa want to say something. Her mic is on. Please go ahead, Carissa, or anyone else who want to say something. Please go ahead.
Afternoon, sir. I wasn't able to join as early as I wanted to because I had some connectivity issues. But I caught the last part about the networking, and I really hope that everybody at least makes an effort to try their best to network because you really never know when you might need it, when it will help you. It could be tomorrow, it could be 10 years down the line. It's always good to meet new people, make new friends, keep them. You don't have to keep close, but always send them good morning, afternoon, hi, how are you? Once a week, once a month. It's always important to keep in touch with people.
Don't tell me to hurry up with the phone. I'm top of the finish.
Michaela, I think your mic is on. Please turn it off if you are having some personal conversation. Yeah, so Matthew, thank you very much for that point. I always see that Matthew has a very fantastic way to word the sentences. His choice of words is, I really like it, how he word different things. So he is giving a little different dimension to networking. And again, he's saying that you network now, you don't know when that is going to help you. Maybe he's saying maybe 10 years down the road, you never know, because and especially with us, our island is very small. We run into each other every now and then. uh, People know people, someone knows someone who and so on. So he's saying that even, and network just for the joy which it gives, not to take benefit from other people, networking for just the sake of networking. So very good point, Matthew. uh, Please see that after COVID, definitely try to establish links as much as possible, because whenever some opportunities come, we always tend to go to the people we know already, uh, because we know them, uh, because we must have developed some type of trust on them. We know them. So let's say that there is something where you would want someone to speak on some business, some productivity, some those type of things, some change. So if you know me, you might reach out to me and you say, all right, Tashfin, this is what we are doing, can you come and speak for like 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. There might be some other person you might want to prefer me, or vice versa. If you did not like me or something, or you did not like my style, you will not go with me, you will go for the other person. So knowing people, networking, and all those type of things, that is extremely important. We cannot we cannot overemphasize it. in any way. So please think about Carissa, your mic is still on. I don't know if you want to say something. Please, you can start speaking whenever you want. But anyways, to conclude this topic of discussion, which Ranesha Edwards and her twin they came up with. So first of all, thank you very much for bringing this into today's conversation. We really appreciate it. That is first, and definitely we learned a lot from this. So thank you very much. But the idea is that let's collectively reach out to each other, do whatever you have to do, brainstorm and start something. Try to start thinking about how you are going to make yourself employable. uh, don't wait for organizations, because even if but what I mean is, you keep on sending your resumes and stuff like that. You keep an eye on the market also. There is nothing wrong in that, but don't wait for that, because even in normal times it takes forever to start working, because there is a whole process. There are applications, you submit applications, then interviews, then second interview, all that type of thing, and eventually you land into some job. So it takes good amount of time. So uh, I hope this discussion was of benefit. um, thank you very much everyone in participating. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Renisha. uh, and we will move on to the next item uh, on our agenda shortly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just adding to the just just adding to the networking point. I had a lecturer that once told me that it is important to choose your friends as it is important to choose anything else in life. We can choose a friend who is in law, who is in business. It is important as it relates to marketing. So just want to put over that point.
Thanks for this reminder. Very important. Choose your friends very wisely. Not just friend, your acquaintance, people you spend time with, even people you listen to. Because at the end of the day, you become someone like them. We pick up habits. We are like monkeys. Monkeys like mimic. So we are like that. So, and I was reading some very interesting story that someone was saying that uh, if you tell me who this person hangs out with, where they spend their time, how they spend, who are their friends, what do they do, I can tell you what is the personality is like. That is one thing which I read. Another thing which I read by a very prominent scholar. I'm forgetting the name, but the guy said, or the girl, they said that the author said that you are the average of three people, five people you usually hang out with. So you are the average of those 3 5 people you mostly spend your time with. You are their average. So if you are spending time with people who read like 3 books, two books every week, you will end up reading at least a book. You can't help it. Even if you are not reading, they are going to tell you, this is what we read last night and this is what happened. Just like when you hang out, how do you learn about these shows, which song is good, and your friends tell you, oh, listen to this song, I was watching this series Netflix, it is very good, and whatever. So that is great point, who we hang out. But no problem, we have learned our lessons, we have made mistakes in the past, whatever. But going forward, we need to be very mindful of all these things which you guys mentioned, and see how they go. So once again, thank you very much for this, and with this I'm going to close this item and move on to the next item, please.